My name is Aisha Ibrahim. We're live on your DSTV channel 421, GoTV channel 125. This is Election Brief. We also on all our social media handles at Joy News on TV. My personal handle is @Nana Aisha. Election Headquarters is brought to you by Petrosol, your clean fuel in full quantity, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, CIMA, and AICPA together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants, German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental Wellness and Beauty, Chopbox Technologies, a convenience service, and Youth Bridge Foundation. Election Headquarters is for an informed electorate. Please to stay for details. Many thanks for choosing us. The Electoral Commission has extended the ongoing limited voter registration exercise by 2 days to make up the technical challenges that characterize the beginning of the process. A release by the Electoral Commission a while ago reads, the Electoral Commission is pleased to inform the public the ongoing voters registration exercise has been extended for 2 additional days. The exercise will now end on Wednesday, the 29th of May 2027. This arrangement has been put in place to make up for the network challenges experienced during the first 2 days of the registration exercise. The Commission aims at ensuring that all eligible voters who wish to register are afforded the opportunity to do so. We urge all eligible citizens who are yet to register to visit the Commission's office in the district where they reside to register to vote. Election 2024, your vote, your future. And that's the statement coming from the Electoral Commission. And talking about voting, they are the most vulnerable and marginalized in society. Their voices are also rarely heard in national and political discourse. In the latest episode of Joy Prime's Just Turned 18 show, Lois Shola Adeyemi speaks to some young first-time voters living with different forms of disabilities. Issues of inclusion, representation, and free tertiary education are key to determining who they vote for in the upcoming elections. Here are excerpts.
I want to know from you people, as persons with disability, what are the pertinent issues that will make you, say that I want to vote for party A, I want to vote for party B, I want to register, I want to find out. So let's think. Are we ready? Okay, so let me come to you, Golda. I'll come to you, Daniel, but first let me go to Golda. I want to understand, Golda. 3 things that will influence your decision to register or vote in the elections?
Okay, so the 3 things that are going to influence my decision to participate in the upcoming elections, the policies that the coming governments will bring.
All right. So, Goda, I need you to voice out. You see, you can hear my voice. That's the same way. Macho your voice so we can hear you. So let me know the 3 things again.
Okay, so the 3 things which will influence my decision to participate in the upcoming election is the policy. So depending on the policies that I hear, like I get to know about, that's what I'll stand on and vote.
So only policies for you, any other 2 things?
And also the condition under which I'm going to vote. Because some people, when you go to vote, like, you see, we people with disabilities, we normally have particular, should I say, things that we use. So as a visually impaired, I can't actually identify who is where on the ballot paper. So I'm sure they are supposed to have certain gadgets that are going to help us. So if they are available, I'll participate. But if they are not, I don't think I'm going to participate.
And then the last one.
And also the last one is the condition there. Normally during elections, there are a lot of chaos here and there. So when the place is peaceful, I may participate.
Okay, now Daniel, let me hear your 3. Let me hear your 3.
As my sister said, the policies. I overheard the 2 major political parties, their candidates saying that there will be free university or free tertiary for person living with disability. So that will influence me to vote. And also there are policies, the employment, because normally when we, the disability people in the country, we don't get job, although we have the ability to work, but people see us being disabled, so they discriminate against us. Yeah, so those are the things that will influence me to vote.
All right, now let me come to Pearl. Let me find out from you your 3 things.
Okay, so what will influence me to vote is that I have a responsibility to also take part in the decision-making process of the country, and this involves selecting my preferred leader as well. And also, we've always been preaching about inclusiveness, and I guess we should include ourselves in everything we do, including this upcoming election. So that's what will influence my decision.
Right. Let me come to you.
Okay, so 3 things that will influence my voting would be, namely, economic prosperity and then fiscal development. Yeah, so with regards to economic prosperity, I think I'll be paying close attention to the policies the prospective parties who will be vying for positions would bring. And then if I fall or I side with what they are saying and I feel there's a high probability that can be achieved, I'll go towards that direction. And also with the social intervention, that's very key. We, the marginalized in society, tend to be sidelined during the extended term of a political party. By getting to elections, then they remember us and come with many promises. I would pay attention to what I believe is feasible and very applicable to me, and that would make that would assist me in making my decision to vote. So these are the 3 things I'll look out for.
Okay. Now let me come to you, my darling Esther. Tell me.
Okay, so 3 things that would make me to vote is, I think, adequate infrastructures that are accessible to persons with disability, because in the university there are lots of infrastructures that are not accessible, so sometimes you finding your way to lectures becomes difficult. So when they take note of this, I think I would vote. Secondly, employment opportunities, especially with persons with disability. So if the government is employing seeing colleagues, what of persons with disabilities? Because there are a lot of people who are out there who are not employed. So if they pay attention to this and meet our needs, I think I would vote. And also with our common fund and stuff, there are a lot of people facing challenges myself, because I know they've been given an amount of money to support us financially, but we are not receiving anything from them. So if they pay particular attention to these things, I think I will definitely vote and register.
Right. Yeah. Now, let me come to you, Felicity, the team. What are the 3 reasons?
The 3 reasons why I would like to vote is our place. I'm coming from the north, so there is a very bad road construction there, which normally leads our people to road accident and other stuff. So I think if the government could help us reconstruct our road, I'll vote for them so that
so you'll be comfortable. All right. Let me come to Lois.
Well, to add up to what my colleague said, I think recently the Ghana Federation of Persons Living with Disabilities had a meeting with the Electoral Commission where they brought up strategies to help persons with disabilities have a smooth voting experience. So if I notice that the government or if people at the polling stations are actually implementing these, which have to do with accessible voting techniques, educating these officials involved in the voting on disability awareness, and also if I notice policies by the candidates are feasible enough to go by, I think it will influence my voting.
Isaiah?
Yeah, there are 3 things that will influence my decision to vote. Is okay. First, would my vote add any value to the yes, would my vote add any value to the election? Yeah, if yes, then I have to proceed to vote. Then secondly, like the policies that the government puts in place or draft to undertake when come in power, would the policy have any benefit to me as a physically challenged or special need person? Would the policy have any benefit to me? So if the policy will have any benefit to me, then I have to proceed to participate in the voting. Then the third one is the past performance of the political party. Assuming, okay, for the previous election that we had, and if when you come to my village now, the roads are there, the other developmental projects are there. How well is the government doing, or how well is, I don't know, how well
Are they doing?
Are they doing to address those problems?
Okay.
The full conversation is on Joy Prime this Saturday at 10 a.m. and on Monday at 1:30 p.m. on the Joy News channel. Do make a date. Now, let's get on to other stories. Majority of Ghanaians are still in support of the country's democracy over military rule, despite 48% of the public raising grave concerns about Ghana's democratic practice since 1992. These findings were revealed by Dr. Osai Kwapon through an initiative dubbed Democratic Project. Kenneth Jesse has more.
The CDD Ghana fellow indicated that the findings point to Ghanaians' overall acceptance of democracy as the preferred form of governance over military coup d'etats, which have seen significant rise in the West African sub-region in the last 6 years.
I think we also have to start looking at administrative reforms. We have to start looking at our public institutions, because citizens continue to express mistrust in institutions. They continue to have high perceptions of corruption in institutions. They don't find institutions very responsive to the basic needs of citizens. So I think if we can start focusing on how we can reform some of these public institutions, whether it's rethinking some of the rules, the procedures, code of conduct issues, etc., etc. I think you can improve the quality of our institutions and address some of the signs of retrogression that we are seeing in our democracy. I gave 2 examples. For example, I like the changes to the standing orders in Parliament. I think it has the potential to change the way Parliament does business and improve it.
Meanwhile, political scientist Dr. Kwame Asah-Asante believes the 8-year governance cycle that has rotated between the MPP and the NDC since 1992 has contributed to the country's political stability. Dr. Asah-Asante believes it will be difficult to ascertain whether a 3 consecutive term by any of the major parties will destabilize the country.
What we are seeing now is that, yes, so far we have seen power being alternated between 2 governments, 2 parties, NDC and MPP. So we've seen that maximum 8 years. Yeah, the reasons why we are stable cannot be assigned to only one factor. One of the factors is that the desire for Ghanaians to maintain this democracy by hook and by crook, because of our past experience in military rule and all the human rights violations and economic decadence that were experienced from such military enterprises. So Ghanaians don't want to go back to the old order. And that is why the desire to maintain democracy, irrespective of the fact that there are problems with democracy all over the world, including the Ghanaian case. But that we believe that that is the best that we can have under the circumstance, and it can guide us.
There have been 9 military takeovers in Africa since 2020, with more than half of them taking place in West Africa.
NPP constituency executives in Ewutu Senya East are accusing the NDC of transporting over 200 foreigners from Niger and registering them in the ongoing limited voter registration exercise. The NPP constituency executives are alleging that the NDC is camping the Nigerian nationals and registering them in phases. In an interview with Adom News, Owutu Senya East NPP Deputy Constituency Secretary Eric Amwako said they have challenged the majority of them and will make sure the foreigners will not get their voters' ID cards. Meanwhile, Owutu Senya West Constituency Research Officer Gideon Luther Mwabeng is cautioning foreigners to stay away from Kaswa to avoid violence. Owutu Senya East NDC Communications Officer Delali Sewokbo has denied the allegations. Former President John Dramani Mahama has donated 11 motorcycles to the 11 constituency communication officers of the NDC across the Bono East Enclave. The move, according to the National Communications Officer of the party, Sami Jemfi, forms part of efforts aimed at retooling the Communications Bureau of the party in the region to enable it win all 11 parliamentary seats in the area. Correspondent Anna Sabit has more.
This donations forms part of the NDC's grand scheme towards winning the 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections. National Communications Officer of the party, Sami Jamfi, who handed out the 11 motorbikes meant for the 11 communications officers of the party across the region, said the move constitutes measures aimed at resourcing the various communications officers of the party to enable them execute their mandate effectively.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, go to Frank Ama Party, run out smile. Say, a Buma, communication officers, and what no easy, a drone, and tree, and a new song. And Chania Betwaba, and Nam here I heard Buma here. I saw a Sia boy, I'm an Ijanidimu at 11 motorcycles. My region for regional chairman that one I said all my communication officers in the Sanka. I am more to me mobile. It me move across the region, including Krase, na Nishia Panen and Nepa, teach you 24-hour economy, and the Aguma and Bagana.
Regional chairman of the party, Yunus Owusu, who was thankful to the former president John Dramani Mahama for the gesture, emphasized that the motorbikes would go a long way towards capturing all 11 seats across the Bono East Enclave.
In fact, in our region, Bono East region, our target is we have 11 constituencies. We want to win 11 constituencies, both presidential and parliamentary seats, all the 11. But these motors will go far to help us to achieve that aim. So we thank John Dramani Mahama and entire communication team very much.
He urges electors across the country to consider their economic conditions before casting their ballots come December 7 to vote out the Nanado-led administration.
The message I have for them is now the situation in Ghana, everybody has seen that everything is not going on well. In that manner, I'll urge everybody to go and vote for John Dramani Mahama and then NDC parliamentary candidates across the nation so that the vision for John Dramani Mahama will become reality.
Regional Communications Officer of the party, who handed over the keys to the motorbikes to the 11 communications officers of the party, Suleiman Mohammed Mustafa, underscored the relevance of the motorbikes to the various communications bureau of the party at the constituency level.
Communication is one department that works 24/7. We have no rest. Every day we keep on working. So this motorbike has come in to help us to do our work with ease. You know the deplorable condition of our roads network in this region. So these motorbikes will help us go to the hinterlands to work. And it will also encourage our communicators to work beyond their limits.
The party is also working towards retooling the region with vehicles as a means of reaching out to the electorates at all areas. Anna Sabit, Joy News. Techiman.
With a live on election brief, it's on your election headquarters. Election headquarters is for an informed electorate. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more. Welcome back. Time now to hear from you, the electorate. What will inform your vote come December 7? Here's today's voter's voice.
Abatoya yebeturu baumia ne bewini ni se baumia obi a tama baba 2016 MPP baba power no and baumia so the timba power true said the otunu si ho ema oman ne hu se ebia ye de kase se na ekọ a oman we yenkoye baumia ne emanfo hu se sara joma ma kra ma no mu niye say ni pe abegina se ento no so abade na bibi papa onimu because this year youth no ade kura ye pen say ye ko yanim e wono ma bi hu hwenye wa ba wo me start ye ebu aban my akofado abreso dikita nyoma nko de education system nim ne o man nim say de okura ofu baase a oto credit gu we so say wiase ko na nim
e hwe na nado amamu a omumu a e man ka no kure enye CCA what 7 years alcohol 8 years what your vice president nua Dr. Maudum Baumia o se fa stia mano the embassy bisa ni say stia no ye di mana den obetima ya maye you share you compare Mahama ni 4 years ye petrol 1 gallon ye say 14 cedis say ni boy din dodo Mahama timu edin Mahama ye udini ye to ba mana nado 2017 obaye no it's a president say full president say kodu say uko go petrol say 15.22 e compare the other time say Mahama Bahamian so be ende say to me no John Mahama is coming back to power
abato na ye beto no si enyina be ya adwen dia nka enyina yentoma Dr. Mahmoud Baumia because enipa bi wo papa ni mu aya na etan se amanfo kan se oni na naku fadu ndebu o man no na o man no ahokyira ba o man ni mu ne o be ka kan se bebre but ewiase no obia ne ni vision obia ne ni nyansa na adwa nyame ye de wodi ama no e wo muso na nadu ndebu o man no de ba Ghana fo mu amohwe MPP tam ya na nadu ba ye mu amohwe enioma esisi ye yale akase e ba o man yi mu enioma akase e ba mu ti papa no promise Ghana nyina no o ha e ba mu pa e de Ghana fo mu yan fa no nto nchen ni en hwa Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ono so ni nyansa nyame de de o de ama no na dwena o nyame de ama no so bebu o man no me hu se enioma pa e pa
chance between Jomama and Baumia my chance that Jomama correct Yahoo Jomama the first time and Akufadu the first time and Jomama oni Atamis experience Atamis anima Jomama Yahoo and Bawensu experience Akufadu the man I difference in Esupa so say only umaso no near Juma so Juma obayenu usu yesa Juma no umasa no chia ese on straight no so Baumia kasakura osi so ba obayi yi 11 no obayi but unu masa Juma no there on maka say masa nyo this point so anka say master yi 11 no da be nye but ono ka say oboso ongu emanu eno so to akova say yi 11 na ye but ono ba no o say first year no man no ono so ba yi 11 no into no o say second for any nyansa na so into different some ka say so adio master ba nu no so master o master chia no straight no but o master fa no fa e so master no person on judge no man unu say o master wa chia no that mean e so ba we no onye steady
And that's Voters' Voice from the electorate. It's on your election brief, on your election headquarters. For more of the news on elections, you can log on to myjohnline.com. You'll get updates of all the news. Do enjoy the rest of our programs.